This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
No way.
From the Sanosi 1.5K King Studios of Arizona, Khamzat Chimaev versus Colby Covington. What? Bo Nickal champion. MMA news and UFC fighter Damon Jackson live on the MMA-Holes. Welcome to the MMA-Holes live stream. It's good to be here. It's good to be wonderful. Welcome to our Wednesday show. We're here hanging with the boys. Lots of stuff in the news to talk about tonight. You got Dern versus Jan fight week going down. Everyone, do yourselves a favor and hit the like button over here as we're flying on the YouTube interwebs. It's good to see you in the chat. How's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you're well.
Wonderful.
Tonight is a special show as we will discuss the Dern Jan card. We'll talk about Zuckerberg. Apparently Zuckerberg was going to rent out the Apex. That just got squashed. The big boss went out on Twitter and says, no, that's not happening. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about maybe, Khamzat Chimaev, Colby Covington, all this other crazy stuff. But tonight, first, we're going to start with a guest. First time appearance on the show. 22-4-1. Damon Action Jackson, live on the MMA-Holes. Let's go. Damon, welcome to the show.
What's going on, man?
So, appreciate you stopping by. Right off the bat, you're in Dallas?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so I have a bone to pick with you. Your Dallas Cowboys beat my New York Giants. You have anything to say about this?
Hey, I hope we have a strong year, man. We've been looking a little rough last few years, so hopefully we pull through this year, and hopefully Dak comes back after his little injury, and we get going.
What do you think? I mean, Dak's not in there anymore. You got this other guy coming in. He looks all right. Are you comfortable with this guy?
Hey, I'm not comfortable with Dak, so yeah. I mean, whoever wants to step up. I mean, I've taken fights with broken ribs. I've taken fights with broken nose. I've taken fights with cuts in my eyes. So I'm like, step it up, bro. Like, I hope he comes through and has a good year.
And I tell you what, you got a good defense over there, and who knows? You never know, right? Any given Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
So I see you smoking on a nice cigar over there. What are you, out to dinner?
Yeah, I got a nice little Olivia out here just chilling with my wife. We got a little date night, so.
Oh, well, listen, we won't keep you too long over here. A little sexy time with the wife. I like that. Here on the MMA-Holes, we have a lot of fantastic personalities and fighters on the show. And tonight we have a guy with a fantastic story, a crazy backstory, in the UFC, out of the UFC, back in with a winning streak over here. You've been all over in the fight scene, and here you are coming off a massive win. How does it feel right now to be Damon Jackson?
Man, it feels pretty good, honestly. It's been a while since I've had this drive, this mentality of where I just want to walk through anyone I go against. So it's nice to have things play out the way they are, because it was a rough week last week, and then coming through and having that performance was just money. It was awesome.
It's crazy, man. What a story. It's so funny. You're a very noticeable guy. Every time I see you fight, all I think of is the Grand Theft Auto guy. Do you get that online?
Dude, people talk smack about me all the time, and they're always like, I don't play video games. I'm a grown ass. But people say something about the GTA all the time. I'm like, Like, I don't know who this guy is, but I bet he's a funny character. So,
I'll tell you what, I'll put a picture up really quick over here. Every time I don't know, he's a badass in GTA. He doesn't take any shit. And I tell you what, man, like, you going in there kicking ass, what do you say? This could be your doppelganger.
What's his name?
I don't know. Chat, what is this guy's name? I have no idea. All I know is I've played this guy before, and every time I see you fight, I think of this guy.
I'll play it my next fight. I'll just play it out like I'm him. So I'm down. I don't care. I just want to fight.
You got this awesome chip on your shoulder. I've seen you in interviews. You seem like the nicest guy in the world. But when you get in that cage, it's a whole different animal. And so when you get in there and you're ready to go to war, like where is that switch? What happens?
You know, I think it's just the competition. It's just like the ultimate competition. So when I get in there, it's like, you know, it's an ultimate test. So it's like you're getting in there, you're one-on-one. It doesn't get more pure than that. You know, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, like, it's just that one-on-one competition is my favorite thing. So it's like when you get in there, you know, I have my coach say it from the side. He's like my cheat code. I get in there and I get to go against, you know, the toughest guys in the world. And it's like, you know, just, yeah, my favorite thing is getting a submission, making someone tap. It cracks me up. It's like my favorite thing. But you know, I'll take whatever I can get. You know, whatever comes out, I'm gonna take it. But I just love it, man. I flip a switch because it's like the ultimate competition for me, and I don't like losing.
You get the ground and pound your last fight. 2 fights ago, the arm triangle. I mean, you have a bunch of finishes on your resume over here. We had a gentleman named John Doomsday Howard on the show, and he said anytime he gets a knockout in front of a crowd, it feels like he's ejaculating inside the most beautiful woman in the world. Is that similar for you?
That's a strong statement, man. It's just like it's like when you watch a good movie from the 80s, and you have that heartwarming feeling where you're just like, your heart feels good. It's like, that's the ultimate thing for me. I don't know about ejaculation. It's kind of like, that's it is what, I mean, everybody's different. So I like to get the finish and make someone tap, and you're like, yeah, if this referee wasn't here, you'd be mine, homie. Like, you're done. So it's a good feeling.
It's so cool, man, watching you fight. You're a badass. And you now the tattoo that goes down your back, every time we do a reaction stream to your fights, everyone's always talking about it. The 2 lines going down the back. What's the significance of that? What does it mean?
It's actually a math equation. So it's like you can be equal to or greater than, but never negative. And it's just something that it was like a kind of a nerdy thing that I saw whenever I was in high school, and I was like, dude, that would be a legit tattoo, you know. So I'm like, you know, going through all the different things, and I'm trying to figure out, I'm gonna do that same tattoo. It's just an equal sign. So that's all it is. It's an equal sign. And then I told my wife that it was actually it was me and her, like, that's on our journey. We're equal the whole way up. But that's not what it was. It was really it was an old tattoo, or an old idea that I had in high school. I was like, that'd be a badass tattoo. So that's what it is.
And that's when you got it? So you got it in high school, you said?
No. I just got it like a couple of months ago.
Oh, okay.
I saw it in high school.
I was gonna say, yeah, because the thing seems pretty recent. I was like, wait, hold on a second. Am I thinking? But okay.
No, I got in trouble a couple times, and I had to go to after school, some after school stuff for my math, because my grades were, I was a good kid, but my grades were trash. So I had to go to school, or I had to go stay after school. And this old teacher, Mr. Davis, he had this freaking sign in his room, and it was like this quote, and it was like, it can be greater than, equal to, or never. It's kind of like, something is kind of dumb, but stuck with me.
But that's the thing. I got a bunch of silly tattoos on me too, and as long as it means something, it doesn't really. I don't give a shit what it looks like. You know, like, that's the thing. I feel like as long as it means something to you, no matter what, it tells a story, right? And it's a pretty unique looking tattoo. What about pain wise with that thing going down your back? What was the worst part of that tattoo?
It was a 10 out of 10 for sure. It took me about it was like 4.5 hours, and like towards the end, my body was like rejecting the needle. It was pretty rough.
So now you said that you were bad in school. So when did you start deciding, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go down the road of a mixed martial artist? How old were you?
No, so in 7th grade, I was like I started getting really into watching the UFC, and I started like watching. I was like, dude, all these wrestlers are dominating the sport. I'm gonna go join wrestling, and I did. I made the B team in basketball, so I was like, screw that. Like, I'm gonna go out here and wrestle. So I went on the opposite side of the gym and I started wrestling, and I fell with them. I was never a bad kid. I just had bad grades.
There you go. And now here you are. You have redemption. Like, you come back into the UFC. You're on a 4-fight win streak over here. You have the most emotional win in the world. I mean, everyone knows the story of what happened with the brother and here with the victory. Now that time has passed and you had a chance to let this all like sink in, the craziness of that week. Are you thinking to the next fight? Like where's your mind right now?
Yeah, I'm already trying to book the next fight. You know, I publicly called out 3 different guys, and not one of them have responded. So I called out Julian Rosa. I DM'd him because I was like, hey, man, you know, like, this is nothing but respect, but we should fight. And he was like, oh, I already got matched up. And I was like, okay, that's cool. You know, like, thanks for reaching back or talking to me. And then Dan Ige hadn't said anything. And then Alex Caceres hadn't said anything. So I'm just sitting here calling people out, and people aren't saying anything. So I'm looking for a top 15 matchup, and that's my goal. I'm kind of stuck on that. So, you know, it's nothing but respect, man. You look at Dan Inge's record, and the guys that he's lost to are just killers. The guys that Alex Caceres has beat and has lost to, killers. So this is not me looking for some kind of easy way out, calling someone out. I want a top 15 matchup.
I tell you what, and I saw the post that you put up of Dan Ige, maybe rumblings of maybe putting this together. It is trouble because, like, you are right there. You're right on the bubble of being a ranked fighter, and it's got to be very dangerous for these ranked guys to take a fight with you, right?
Yeah, but see, like, I get in the rankings, and the UFC calls me, and they're like, hey, why don't you go smash this kid, or why don't you test yourself against this kid? I'm gonna say yeah. And you know, there's no secret. Like, I don't turn down fights. If people call me out, like, let's go. I'm gonna send it to my manager. I'm gonna send it to Sean Shelby. I'm gonna send it to the UFC. I'm gonna say I'm ready to go. And if they call me for anybody, I'm fighting anybody.
It's crazy. Your resume is insane. Like, I'm just looking at it right now. You have so many fights under your belt. Do you feel that it was a blessing in disguise where you got into the UFC young, you had a little bit of time outside of the UFC, and now that you're back in, you kind of honed your craft? Do you feel like this is meant to happen? Here you are in your 30s now on a win streak. Do you think that this was the path you were supposed to go on?
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense if you want to make up some sob story, but it's like, you know, I started doing this in the 7th grade. I had no clue how to get there. I'm from a really small town, and once I made it to college, like, I was training with my wife and one of my friends, Brandon Perkins. I've trained with those 2 people for all of my amateur fights, so I didn't have a gym. And once I went pro, I was only pro for a year and a half. After I beat Leonard Garcia, I went to the UFC. And, you know, things didn't work out for me because I was only a year and a half into training. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's just part of it for sure. It definitely made me hungry. It made me want to stay active. So when I got cut, I just went right back to LFA, and I was like, hey, give me as many fights as I can get. And they did it, man. They're the reasons why I got back. You know, Ed Swirls and Mick Maynard, man, they saved my ass because they gave me every fight that I wanted. They let me fight consistently. You know, it's just such an amazing promotion. You know, LFA is just awesome. Absolutely.
A lot of killers came from LFA. And the nickname now, I mean, no more Leech, we're officially Action.
Yeah. You know, I've had a few interviews since then, and the Leech is always going to be my style. You know, like I that's 100% going to be, I'm not going to change my style. And but the nickname, it means a lot to me because it just kind of, it reminds me, it's like, you know, you don't have a lot of time, and the time you have, you want to take advantage of it. Because my brother, I think about him every time I think about that. I'm like, this guy's 37. You know, he had a family, he had a son. It's like, to think that, you know, I have 4 daughters, and I have all these things that I'm chasing, and like that any moment it could be over, and you just don't have a lot of control. So it's nice to have that that, you know, just to think about every time I hear that name. It means a lot to me to hear them say that. And it, you know, just it's a shitty circumstance, but you know, it's changed my mindset in a lot of ways.
It's got to be wild. So they said Damon Action Jackson before your last fight, correct? And
Yeah.
so what was like your mind when that was being said? I'm sure you were filled with emotions. Were you still like laser focused on your opponent, or did you have a moment like, holy shit, like this is all coming together now? Like what were you thinking?
No, I was in the moment. I was ready to roll. Like, it didn't matter who. Like, I could have fought again a couple times. I was ready to roll for 3-round battle or whatever I had to do to, you know, get that finish and to get that win. It just meant a lot to me. And then to go out there and get that finish the way I did, it was awesome because, you know, I was never thinking that Pat was going to be a walkthrough. You know, it was never. And you know, I caught him early, but if that fight would have went 3 rounds, it was going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, Pat is an absolute savage. I mean, watching that fight, I mean, it was a jaw-dropping performance by you. I mean, are you a spiritual person? Do you believe in an afterlife and a God and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I believe that there's a higher power. I think that people have their different views on the way they want to process it, and that's fine. And I don't have a problem with that. But I think that you would be a fool to think that things don't play out the way they do for a certain reason. And I think you got to work hard, and you got to make your way through life. But there's definitely things that, you know, will guide you in the right way. And this has guided my mindset in a different way. Like, I could fight anyone right now, and I couldn't imagine losing in any way. And I just want to be tested, and I want to go through all these guys in the top 15, top 10. I want to make my way to that title as soon as possible. And if this is what does it for me, then, you know, this has just been a blessing. But it's just, it was a rough week for sure, and things are getting better, and I'm trying to stay focused on, you know, what's important with myself and my family, and you know, just keep moving forward. And it's definitely, you know, it's showed me a lot, taught me a lot for sure.
Guys in your division are savages up in the rankings, and you got the pound-for-pound king in your weight class as well. How do you see yourself against a guy like Volkanovski, who's talking about moving up, being on standby? Like, where do you see, if say tomorrow some craziness happens and Dana White says, I want you to fight Volkanovski, how do you see that going down?
Hey, I'm going to go out there and go crazy on him, make him shoot in on me, and I trust my guillotine over anyone. Like, people, I have a lot of confidence in my guillotine, so if someone shoots in on me, I'm going to sub him. So I would make him shoot on me in some way, and hopefully I'll lock up that guillotine. And then, and I wouldn't go, if I went mounted guillotine like Brian Ortega, I would definitely let loose and post up on the hand like I did against Bektik, and I would get that finish. You
know, it's funny. I was just, while you were saying that, it's all I could think about is Ortega with the choke. What did you think when you saw that live, Brian Ortega? It looked like he had him there. Like, so how would you have handled that?
I would have kept one hand on his neck, and I would have put the other hand on the ground and posted up. If you go back and watch my Bektik fight, I put one hand on the ground and I lifted up, and I only choked him with one hand. And it makes your neck touch your chin, or your chin touch your chest. And whenever that happens, there's no space to breathe. So it's really rough. It's like it's a brutal way to finish it. And a lot of people hold both hands on it, and then you can't engage your hips. So if he would have put his hand on the ground, he could have engaged his hips, and he would have finished that fight. For sure, 100%.
That's fascinating. And now I did hear in an interview your daughter is she still competing in wrestling? How is she doing with that?
So she's wrestling for the schools. Like, you know, I'm her coach, but she's wrestling for her middle school. So her season starts up at the end of October.
So what would you recommend? I have a little a daughter right now. She's only a year old, but I would love to get her into something when she gets older. Wrestling, jiu-jitsu, what kind of martial art should I get her into?
Wrestling for sure, man. It's just a beautiful sport. It teaches you a lot, and it's very good for body awareness. So it's like gymnastics for a kid. Like, gymnastics and wrestling are both great sports for. It helps kids become athletes, and it helps them a lot of confidence. You get so much confidence to that one-on-one competition. So anybody that, you know, wants to put their kids in there, I would say just take them there and let them do it, and don't be a dumbass and like press them too hard. You know, like if you push a kid too hard, it's such an emotional sport. So you're better off just staying out of it and like letting them kind of figure things out and like take them there every time you get a chance. And I ask my kids every day, like if I take them to whatever sport it is, I ask them, I'm like, hey, do you want to go here today? Like, is this what you want to do? Like, do you want to be here? And if like they've never one time said no, they're always like, yeah, let's go, let's go. So I'm like, it cracks me up that it's like the mindset. I see some parents where they're like, they push their kids so hard because they're like, you got to do this, 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 and you got to be mentally tough here, and you got to do all this stuff. And like for me as a kid, I figured all that stuff out on my own, and I think it's a really important part of the growth of an athlete is to let them figure it out on their own.
You know, it's funny you say that because I notice a lot of parents out there, if they're not doing it themselves, the kids don't want to do it. But you, here you are, you're a martial artist, you do it already, you love wrestling, your kids see you do it, they want to be like dad, right?
Yeah, and then my wife, man. So me and my wife met in college, and she played volleyball, and I wrestled. So like they see what we did in college because we had my oldest daughter when we were freshmen in college. So we had her the whole time we were there, and she saw me wrestling. She saw her mom playing volleyball. So that's her two favorite sports. And our the other girls, so it's 13, 11, 8, and 5. And they're all watching her, and they're all amped up for wrestling season and for volleyball season. So I think it's just like, as a parent, you got to, make sure you provide the opportunity, but you can't push them too hard because it's a very emotional, it's a beatdown, man. Wrestling's the hardest thing I did.
What is the secret to a long, happy relationship? It seems like you guys got it made. You got the strategy and the plan. What is the secret?
Yeah, the secret. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's my wife's cracking up now. She's being an ass, but it is what it is, man. Like you're gonna go through your shit for sure, but at the end of the day, it's like if you got faith in each other, it's the best thing to keep a relationship together. And it's so hard to make all these new relationships over and over and over. It's like this generation is so scared of having the commitment that it's like it makes more sense whenever you have one person and you have like a family, and you have, or if you don't have a family, if you just have that, it's better when it's more simple, with one person, one family, one belief, whatever it is, and just keep moving forward with that.
There you go. I have something coming in from the chat, and I know you're out to dinner with your lovely wife right now. Let me play this really quick.
Thank you.
This is hold on a second. Thank you for becoming a member, Stacks. Appreciate that. Let's see what do we got here. There's something else popping in as well. It's from Patty Mills coming in.
Super chat.
Had to donate right away. Tell Damon I'm a huge fan of him. Sorry for your loss, true warrior.
There we go. It's from Patty Mills.
I definitely, the support I got from the fight, I never took the fight for anyone else. I did that strictly for myself. That was a way for me to stay busy and to stay focused on what I wanted. And I wanted that fight so bad. I trained hard for it, and I was ready to go. So it never really crossed my mind to not take the fight. My brother was always such a big support for my fighting and my, just me being an athlete. He was always supportive of it. And, it meant a lot to me to go out there and get the fight. And then when I got all the support, everybody reaching out to me and saying that it meant a lot to them, I never really thought about it like that. And I think it's so cool that people are reaching out to me and talking to me like that. And, it was a really cool experience to get, like, I got hundreds of messages on Instagram and Twitter, and I responded to everyone. And, just trying to like, let them know that you just got to keep moving forward, because it's rough. It's a rough time for the whole family and for myself. And, it was just nice to have that, with my family, have that win and have that just to keep moving forward. It was nice.
I tell you, man, I know it's a horrific thing that happened, but that moment was so beautiful to watch. How you and your family just let it all out there. You said in interviews before that you're not an emotional person, but to see you get that win, and I mean, it gives me chills just thinking about it right now. Do you still get chills from that moment? Like, holy shit, it's like out of a movie.
I don't really think of it like, whenever I've watched the fight a few times, and it still makes me emotional just because I think about like my mom's up in the stands, and she just lost one of her sons, and we're a Thai family, so it's kind of like to see her come all the way out from Texas to come watch my fight in Vegas, and to be up in the stands the same couple of days after, you know, she lost her son, it was a lot, man. It was just very therapeutic to go through the fight week of cut weight and to drill, do everything I love to do, and then to go out there and get a finish like that. It meant a lot to me, and it meant a lot to my family, and it was just so nice to get that win without taking a lot of damage, and to just be so much motivation from it.
So who is the guy? I mean, I know you called out a couple of names. Who's the one guy, though, that you would love to fight? Like, if they said, hey, let's make this fight, would it be Dan Ige? So you put that on Twitter. Would that be the guy?
No, I would love to fight Darren Elkins.
Oh, wow. That's good.
And I would love to fight him. Or Leonard Garcia back whenever he was in his prime in the UFC. Or Frankie Edgar. He's my favorite fighter. And he's my favorite fighter, but I would just love to get in there with him or maybe even just practice with him. Just like, man, like there's so many guys I would love to fight. But Darren Elkins, he's been around forever. I know he's got matched up. I'm not trying to call him out because he's not in the top 15. That's what I really want. I really want those top 15 matchups. And, I'm a big fan of the sport. So, like, fighting anyone from the past, I would love to, step in there with, George and BJ Penn and, like, all these tough dudes. And it would be really cool. But for right now, like, my matchup is I'm looking at Dan Ige. I'm looking at I was looking at Julian Rosa. I'm looking at Alex Caceres. I'm looking at those guys in the top 15 that don't have matchups. So that's what I want. There
you go. And I have one more question here, but this is for your wife if she's available right now. Is she still? What is her favorite quality of Damon Jackson? What's the one thing that she loves the most about you?
What am I supposed to say?
What's your favorite quality about me?
Oh my God, that's a hard question.
She says she can't answer it because she doesn't know if this is PG or rated R.
It's rated R. You could say whatever the fuck you want. Go for it.
What are you gonna say?
My favorite quality. I'm gonna say, like, okay, so I've always said the best and worst thing about him is his drive. His motivation. It just turns us off.
You hear all that?
So it actually it broke up. Can she repeat it really quick because it got all glitched up? I would love to hear it.
Oh. Yeah, no. So I always tell him, like, the best and worst part of him is, like, don't put me on. It's like his motivation and dedication to see someone chase their dream, because I mean, there's like, what, 10% of the world who's done what they want to do, but sometimes it sucks because it's the best and worst part of him. I don't know.
There we go. Beautiful. That was very nice. Listen, I think you guys are going to make some sweet love tonight. I can't wait for you guys to have a great dinner, and I think we're losing you right now, but if you hear Damon, you hear me? And just like that, we lose. Well, there we go. All right, we were glitching for a second. Anyway, I think you guys are going to have sweet sex tonight and love. It's going to be fantastic. It was beautiful words from the wife. Damon, hey, man, thank you for coming on. Enjoy your dinner and have a great evening, okay?
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Damon Jackson live on the MMA-Holes. Let's go, baby. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Gorgeous. What a shit show. What a nice guy, though, huh? Another cool dude. Another cool dude. We almost had it there. We almost had it there, and then the glitch happened. But you know what? Listen, the guy called while he was at a dinner with his wife, for God's sake. So, you know. Good dude. I tell you what, man, I was watching that fight again. His win. For those of you that don't know, Damon Jackson, he had this fight against Pat Sabatini. I mean, he was supposed to lose his fight. Pat Sabatini, the sexy prospect coming up over here. Damon Jackson loses his brother during fight week. He gets in there, and he beats the living shit out of this dude. Beats him to a pulp. And the emotional the emotional look on the man's face, and they cut to his family. I mean, it was some moment. If you missed, there it is. There's his family over there. If you missed that moment, go run it back, man. It will give you chills. It would give you chills. And Damon Jackson's story is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. The man was in the UFC. He was in the UFC in 2014. He lost to Medeiros. He got a no contest over here, a draw against Levon Makashvili. And then that's it. Like 3 fights in the UFC. They all, see you later. Go to a Legacy, then LFA. You know, mostly wins over here. Had that one blemish with Kevin Aguilar, and then gets a shot back in the UFC after a couple of wins in LFA. Actually, hold on a second. Excuse me. He had 4 wins in the LFA. He went to PFL, LFA again, and then bang, he's in the UFC. He fought Bektic. He fought Topuria, and now he's on a 4-fight win streak. Charles Rosa, Kirk, Argueta, and Pat Sabatini. I mean, it's just nuts. It's nuts. I was looking at his resume. He started as a pro in 2012. Man's 4 years of age. And here he is on a 4-fight win streak, just about to enter the top 15. So crazy. Incredible story. Absolutely incredible story. I like Jackson since he was in LFA. I mean, it's so funny because when you see him in the cage, you're like, okay, this guy looks like he's trouble. Like he looks like, this guy's like, oh, I don't know if I want to talk to this guy. But then you hear him in the interview. I mean, he's just the nicest dude in the world. And it just seems like a lot of these mixed martial artists are like that. You know, when you're humbled in the gym, you're humbled in the cage. I don't know. It's a fascinating thing. But Damon Action now, not Leech. He took his brother's nickname, Action. Damon Action Jackson is looking to fight and break into the top 15. Let me know in the chat what you guys think of Damon Jackson. That's a lot of fights for his. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy what this guy's done. I mean, yeah, 22-4-1. Incredible. That was the best win of his career. Fukin Nanobot's always up in here. We all got to take a loss. Nobody undefeated. We all lose. Yeah, I mean, everyone can't be Habib, right? Can't. But I mean, you look at this guy's resume. He's not afraid to take a fight. He'll fight anybody. Cool, humble dude. Wonderful, wonderful interview. Thank you, Dat One Girl. Yeah, I wish the reception was a little bit better, but the fact that he took the interview while he was out to dinner with his wife, I mean, you know, pretty cool. Pretty cool that he would do that. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to get into the news. We're going to talk some stories. We'll have a little JBM up in the business. But yeah, let us know in the chat, what do you think about Damon Jackson? Hit the fucking like button, and we'll be right back after a quick break. Sponsor time. Hit the likes.
Cause I'm a CBDX.com boy. We sell legal, Delta ATHC weed. It will get you very stoned. We sell gummies, yeah. Buzz-based oil in a cell. And they post on Twitter. Oh yeah, hey, on CBDX.com. You better get with them. You're gonna get real high. You're gonna get that tree. You're gonna get real down loud from the island boys. You're gonna get all down. And so from the ground, you be smoking bud. You be smoking trees. We're a different breed. You smoking green and purple, and then you create a hurt. Yeah. You better get with CBDX.com. Cause we some CBDX.com boy. You better tap in on the website. Island boys. Right now.
When it comes to underwear, there's nothing more important than comfort. Why empty your pockets for generic underwear that loses comfort, quality, and style when you can slip into a pair of Sheath and get even more out of your daily wear? With Sheath underwear, you can treat your jewels like royalty as they are given their own private sanctum, keeping them secure and you in a state of bliss. Get 20% off Sheath now using promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES with the link in the description below.
And for the ladies?
Absolutely! Sheath isn't just for men. Ladies can now experience Sheath's style, comfort, and functionality too. Sheath for women is crafted using a signature modal elastane fabric blend for form-fitting breathability that will not affect the natural pH environment or the microclimate of the skin while producing that long-lasting, unimpeded comfort. Use promo code MMA-Holes, MMA-HOLES for 20% off at sheathunderwear.com.
Yeah. Been so long. Why me, baby? All right. If you're just jumping in, we had the wonderful Damon Jackson on the show. If you missed it, run it back. Let us know in the comments section what you thought about Damon's appearance. We move on to some more stories over here. Actually, something that broke right before we went live. So I was going to clickbait the Zuckerberg with the Apex thing, but the reason why I didn't do it was because I just didn't believe it. You know, I don't know. It just didn't seem right. A lot of people were tweeting about it. We had a nice meme on our Instagram as well. And then right before we went live, sure enough, Dana White drops the news. Mark Zuckerberg did not rent out the UFC Apex. So apparently it did not go down in the I can't remember that comedian. There's a comedian out there that's MMA Roasted. I can't remember. I think it's MMA Roasted. I don't even know. But whatever that guy's name is, he made a joke about it, and Dana White retweeted it and said it was, it's not true, and then he deleted it. So yeah, so the Apex thing is still a mystery. We don't know why it's closed to the media. We have no idea what's going on with this Apex situation. But all the rumors going around about Zuckerberg were like Ariel says it was true, and Luke Thomas was saying it was true. Everyone's saying it's true, but now the boss is saying no. Whatever's going on, it's smart because it's bringing buzz to a card that looks like this. It's UFC. You know what I'm saying? This is the card. So whatever maybe this is a marketing strategy, release some fake news, say Zuckerberg's involved, everyone starts talking about it. Next thing you know, people are tuning into Dern versus Jan. And the reason why they're not telling you why they're not opening it to the media is maybe because they know the ratings to this card is not going to be very good. Now, there's some decent fights on here. Buddy Randy Brown fighting Francisco Trinaldo in the co-main event. I'm looking forward to that fight. And I gotta be honest with you, when Mackenzie Dern fights, I'm interested. She's always looking for a finish. She's very feisty in that cage, and against Jan should be interesting. You know, is it a main event? I don't know. I think I'd rather Randy Brown versus Trinaldo, but they couldn't pull that together. You do have Olnick versus Latifi on there. You know, some other fights. Brandon Allen's fighting again. Christoph Yoko, that's a good solid fight. Grisham versus Lynn. So they're decent fights on this card. Let's see. Yusuf versus Shanus. I don't even know who the fuck Shanus is. Who is Shanus? Okay, because he's never fought in the UFC. But yeah, all right. It is what it is. It's a fight night. But yeah, I have a feeling this is you know what it is. You know what's going on. The UFC is very smart. And now people are talking about it. So if you did think that Zuckerberg rented out the place, well, according to Dana White, that's not the case. But do you think Dana's lying? Maybe Zuckerberg did. Check out this meme, though. It's fucking hilarious. Not this one over here, but on the MMA-Holes. Shout out to Big Will over there, killing it with the memes. At the MMA-Holes, go give it a follow. And check this out over here.
To use in here?
Yeah.
Something that you think is very cool?
Check this out.
Wow.
So that's pretty neat.
This is so freaking cool.
Yeah, Zuckerberg's got some boobs. So yeah, Mark Zuckerberg rents out the UFC Apex, the Zuck, to Mackenzie Dern. So there's the Zuck getting breast implants. Very nice, very nice. I did laugh at this one. It's pretty funny. So what do you think? What's going on? By the way, thank you, Patty Mills, for that donation. Appreciate that. Very nice of you to donate to the show. And thank you to the members, the 2-month member of Stacks and Fer Geronimo. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. But chat, what do you think about Zuckerberg? Do you still think he's part of this whole situation with the Apex? Do you care? Do you not care? What's going on? I feel you, Moss. Let's see. Matt's Zunharello. Zuckerberger will be hiding in the VIP room with the tinted window. Maybe he didn't rent out, but Dana probably closed it off when he heard Zuck was coming. Why else would Dern say that? I don't know. It's weird. The only thing I could think of, Zuck could be in the building. It's not impossible. He probably is going to be there, right? Where does that rumor come from? He probably is in the building. But the fact that he rented it out is probably not a thing. I think the UFC let it go, though. And the reason why UFC is not telling anyone why no one's allowed in there, honestly, I think it's just to get views, get people talking about it. Because now everyone's like, okay, Zuckerberg rented it out, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's going crazy over it. So I honestly think it's a publicity stunt. That's what I think. I'm thinking, hold on. I lost you. I'm thinking if I see one more dude with boobs this century, I'm going to lose it, says Guido. What? You don't want to see any more trannies? I mean, it's so in these days. Now, you know, it's crazy. I was watching, what the hell? The Dahmer show. It's so funny. I don't know if BLT is in the chat. BLT would probably be the only one that could appreciate this. But every time I watch this Dahmer show, all I could think about is, what was that guy's name? He has a YouTube channel. I don't know if he's still doing it. What the fuck's his name? Fights. What the hell's his name? Oh, Fights with Friends. I think that, right? Fights with Friends or Fights. I don't know what the fuck his name is. But anyway, he was a YouTube channel. He wanted to fight me back in the day. And everyone called him Dahmer. Everyone called him Dahmer. So every time I watch this show, but the reason why I brought up Dahmer is because he is incredibly gay. He was really gay. Murdered a lot of gay people. And I'm watching this. I'm like, this is incredibly, not the fact that he's gay. What he did was it's just fucking disturbing. Anyone see this show? We're only 4 in. And I feel like I like really disturbing shit. I like sick to my stomach stuff. This thing is actually making me really cringe. Did you puss out? Did I puss out a what? Moss, you still owe Mike a fair one. Was that his name, Mike? That was his name, right? Dahmer. But every time I see the show now, I think of that guy because BLT used to make these memes of him looking like Jeffrey Dahmer. He's right. He does look like him. I'll fight you, Moss. I will headbutt you first until I bleed. That is his name. He wanted to fight me. Yeah, he wanted to. He got so mad because I did go hard on the paint. But I went hard on everybody back in the day. Now I'm a dad. I'm a big pussy. But yeah, no, I'm not. I would still go hard on him. But yeah, he didn't have any comeback, and I was making fun of his son because his son looked like he sorted glass. So I I went hard on him. And he said he wanted to fight me. Jizzy Gan, he's not the only one. Those fat bastards in Texas too. What the hell's their name? Food Fight Live. Those guys wanted to fight me too. Like it's like these fucking fat guys. Like they can't come. They can't come up with a comeback. They can't be witty enough to have an intelligent comeback. They're just like, fight me, motherfucker. Yeah, let me fight smaller channels. That's good. That's gonna help me out. I heard Dahmer's defense trial was they started it. What happened to Big Carrie? She's still streaming. Carrie's still streaming. Let's see. Immature. Those dudes eat a lot of nachos and that's, yeah. I don't know what's going on with those guys. I don't know what's good. I don't know. The last time I saw that channel, they were doing cookie reviews. No joke. I was dying laughing. I was like, oh, I wonder what happened to this channel. So I went to look, and sure enough, they're fucking doing cookie reviews. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, we move on. It's so, you know what's great is all these channels are still staying the same. There's nothing happening. They're exactly the same as where I left them like 3 years ago. Tough guys with cheese fries. Yeah. It's just so fucking weird. Fight me, man. Fight me. All right, bro. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so it looks like Dana White squashed that. Looks like we squashed that. There's another thing that popped up in the news of Khamzat Chimaev. Now, it looks like Khamzat is going up to 185, right? That's what everyone's saying. The boss is saying it makes sense. Khamzat's coaches are saying it makes sense. And then, as you know, everyone's like gearing up. Who's next for Khamzat? Who should? I mean, Bo Nickal calls out Khamzat, which I got to be honest with you. We didn't have the sound on for the Contender Series, and one's in the chat if you watched the Bo Nickal Contender Series last night. We didn't have the sound on, and all I could think of watching Bo Nickal was, I can't wait until he fights Khamzat Chimaev. Like, I don't even give a shit about Israel Adesanya or Pereira, whoever is the champion. Khamzat Chimaev versus Bo Nickal it's fascinating. Now, it's a little premature because Bo's got, what, 2 MMA fights? 3? Was he at 3 MMA fights? But, I mean, that would be fucking amazing to watch those guys rolling around on the ground. That would be fun. And Bo called him out. But Khamzat Chimaev, who everyone's saying going to middleweight, goes on Twitter. I mean, he could be trolling. And he puts up this. Well, here's BT Sports. Khamzat Chimaev wants Colby Covington. Okay. Now, if he could make the weight, yeah, sure. Makes sense. All right, where's that tweet? I mean, Khamzat Chimaev over here, he has 185 with a punch and explosion. Wait, where'd the Colby tweet go? What the fuck? Khamzat Chimaev wants Colby Covington. Yeah, where did that go? Oh, maybe he put it on Instagram? Let's see. Maybe it was on the gram. Let's check it out. Not on the gram. What, did he delete it? He said Colby Covington next with a skull and crossbones. He ate it? Did he eat the tweet? What happened here? Yeah, I saw Darren Till talking about Bo Nickal. Like he punched a hole in his face. I'm like, Darren, you're not punching a hole in anyone's face. When was the last time Darren punched a hole in someone's face? Cowboy Cerrone?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Uncle Chrome.
There are gonna be titties. I'm the main event. That why you should tune in. Also with Coolio passing away. What's the over-under on fighters coming out to Gangsta's Paradise?
Did Coolio? I had no idea. Did Coolio really pass away? Hold on a second. Oh, I forgot to show Damon this picture. I was gonna put Stannis Baratheon on the screen too. I did the GTA one. We were so pressed for time because he was at, out to dinner with his wife. If you just jump in, we had Damon Jackson on. We showed him the Grand Theft Auto thing. I wanted to put Stannis Baratheon. Didn't have a chance. But did Coolio really die? Hold on. Let me see. Is that true? Come on. Coolio. He's dead. 59 years old. What did he die of? Did he ever do another song since Gangster's Paradise? I mean, he's done other songs. Did he ever have another hit? Coolio. What did he die of? Let's go to TMZ. A lot of the youth probably have no clue who this guy is. It's so weird because didn't we see a guy that was like, oh, that looks just like Coolio? Law enforcement sources tell TMZ no drugs or drug paraphernalia were found at the scene of Coolio's death. The scene of Coolio's death. That's so stupid. At the scene of Coolio's death, an autopsy and toxicology test will be used to determine an official cause of death. All right, so no one knows. No, rest in peace, Coolio. Guys, Coolio's dead. I just found that out. Thank you, Chrome. See, Chrome? He's not useless.
Ah, super chat.
He's full of useful information.
On the toilet, Elvis style.
Oh, nice. You got a big hero in your mouth? Do you have like a... Didn't he die with a hero in his mouth? Thank you. Thank you, Silverback. Thank you, Chrome. Thank you, Patty Mills. Thank you to the donators. I love you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I saw nothing on TV. Fantastic Voyage. Oh, yeah, that's right. That song, too. He had 2 songs. That's true. He did. Coolio's a god. Overdose. Did Weird Al tweet anything about Coolio? Aren't they making a Weird Al movie? I've been bumping Gangster's Paradise like heavy recently, too. Power into money. Hour after hour. What a song that was. It was so damn popular. It's crazy. Was it Michelle Pfeiffer in that movie? Oh, God. All right, let's move on. All right, so anyway, Khamzat Chimaev, Colby Covington. We got thrown off for a second. Coolio died. And Khamzat Chimaev, Colby Covington. Are you done? Are we done? Like, Khamzat calling out the welterweight guys. I don't see anything on his social anymore. Like, are we taking this serious? Like, what's going on here? Khamzat Chimaev. Yes, if you could make welterweight, yes. Colby Covington would be a fantastic fight. But you're not going to make welterweight. You're going up to 185. So do we entertain this? Let me know what you think. Do you give a shit? Who would win? I don't fucking know. 59 ain't bad for a rapper. They usually don't make it past 40. Cox out for Coolio. Cox out for Coolio. That's what it should say on his fucking tombstone. Cox out for Coolio. What's going on in the kitchen? But I don't know what's cooking. The fucking lyrics will never happen. Cum shot 185. RoboCop or Cheaty beat Khamzat at 185. I tell you what, it doesn't seem like... I mean, Khamzat says 185 on his Twitter, but I don't know. There's a reason he's fighting at 170. There are many more problems at 185 for Chimaev. Like at 170, I thought he was going to maul Usman and just snatch the belt. But if you can't make the weight, it means nothing. Colby about to smash Khamzat like he does at the casino. I don't know. Do you really think Colby's going to smash Khamzat? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your woman on the floor. Gotta go. Gotta get up to go down. Gotta get up, get down. Moss, have you seen the drama with Dan Hardy and MMA? Nah, I don't even know what the fuck. Come on, no one cares. Like, no one gives a shit about any of that stuff. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird, man. Like, I don't fucking know. They're trying too hard. They're trying way too hard. It's just crazy. I really do, my guy. Hell no. He's a weight bully at 170. Should force a move up. I mean, I think he has no choice. I mean, if he misses weight by almost 10 pounds, you know, I think he has no choice. He's got to fight at 185. Well, then again, Paulo Costa, you know, that guy, I thought he would never fight at middleweight again. And he made it. So I would like to see, you know, Khamzat. Listen, Khabib is a weight bully. Whoops. Khabib had trouble making weight. I mean, he didn't miss by 10 pounds. But he wound up in the hospital. The tiramisu, like, you know, it happens. People cut crazy weight to fight in a weight class. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't be like that, but it's part of the game. How you doing, Bombastic Entertainment? How you doing, man? Khamzat almost lost to Gilbert and Colby more high level. You got. I hate to say this to you. Gilbert smashes Colby. I hate to say that. I hate to say that to you, but I think Gilbert's a problem for Colby Covington. I truly do. I truly do. I don't know. Here's the question. Like, stop saying like Dan Hooker. with Gilbert. You know, we're at 170. We've seen what Gilbert Burns has done at 170. Gilbert is, I mean, I don't understand how it's fucking nuts. You know, I have nothing but respect for Gilbert Burns. He's a monster. He's a fucking monster. He hits like a truck. You know, like, I mean, I think Gilbert really would put a hurting on Colby. And listen, I have nothing. Here's the thing. I have nothing against Colby, but in that matchup it's not good. There's a reason why Colby never took a Gilbert Burns fight. I mean, there's a reason for it. Think about it. Colby's not taking Gilbert Burns. It's too dangerous. It's too fucking dangerous. I mean, look what he did with Khamzat. I mean, Gilbert's a beast. He almost knocked out Usman. Khamzat is in welterweight. Brady smashes Colby, to be honest. Oh, man, Brady's a whole nother monster, too. That's a great fight, Brady versus Covington. That is a fight. That is fine. I think the fight would be super close. The Gilbert Burns, that forecome shot would kill Colby Covington. I would think so, too, man. Gilbert's a fucking animal. Best MMA channel on YouTube, Jesse on fire, and yeah, I don't... Why are we giving free shout-outs? Why are we giving them free shout-outs? Anyone take Elk Velvet, enter supplements? No, I don't. There's also a reason he's been at the top of the rankings, right under Usman all this time. Yeah, there is a... I mean, the guy is good, man. You're a drunk, Moss. Colby beats Burns. You shut your whore mouth. Listen, it's the truth. Here, we'll look at the rankings over here. I'll tell you who I think Colby beats. Okay, Colby legit without Usman is the champ. Okay, but Gilbert Burns is a problem. Khamzat Chimaev is a problem. Bilal's look damn fucking good. Boring. I mean, ugh. All right, I'll pick Colby over Bilal because I can't stand Bilal. Colby beats Neil. I think Colby beats Wonderboy. We've seen what happened with Wonderboy with the grappling. Sean Brady, that's a problem. That's a problem. Brady's grappling. The dude's like a fucking... He's built like a fire hydrant, that dude. Yeah, so I think Khamzat beats Colby and Burns beats Colby. Bilal, you can make an argument, but I'll pick Colby. I'll pick Colby over Neil. Colby over Thompson. Brady's... Ugh. Colby over Masvidal, of course. Luque. Shavkat. Oh, boy. Shavkat beats Colby. Sean, you can make an argument. I'll go 50-50 with Sean, but Sean, I mean, he's a really good grappler. And I don't understand how you're saying I underestimate Colby. Like, I'm literally saying he beats most of these guys. I say Colby beats Bilal, he beats Neil, he beats Thompson. Brady, I'm on the fence. Masvidal, he beats Luque. Rachmanov, no. He's not beating Rachmanov. I'm sorry. Rachmanov is the boogeyman. In fact, Rachmanov may as well put a belt around that guy's within a fight or two. Bilal gets no love because he looks like Ice's poster boy. Nah, Bilal's a weird... I don't know. He's like a weird thing. Like, he should be likable because if you look at his Twitter presence, like... He's very interactive with the fans. He's got a sense of humor. You know, he has fun with his social media, his podcast with the twin of Florian, or not Florian, Anik, excuse me. Bilal should be likable. Maybe it's the look. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about him. It's not the look for me, honestly. I don't find his fighting style fun to watch. Like, I just don't. I don't quite find him funny. But I understand why people do like him because, I mean, he's very engaging with the fans. He tries to, make light of things. He tries to have a little fun with the interviews and stuff like that. He does have crazy eyes. His eyes go in all different directions. They don't even know where they're looking.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Cooley.
Went to visit friend, didn't feel good, went to the bathroom and never came out. By the time they went to go check, he was dead, maybe heart failure.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's Coolio. Look at that.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Coolio just...
I think people forgot Khamzat smashed Burns in the first and third round of that fight. If Burns hadn't dropped Khamzat in the second, he probably would have lost all 3 rounds.
Yeah, listen. That fight was fire. It was reckless. It was like it was like watching a fucking train wreck. Like, it was crazy, that fight with Khamzat and Burns. And you got to give Burns credit for making it a fight. But I mean, Khamzat did do some work on Burns. You know what I'm saying? Like, Khamzat did do work on the kid. But the fact that Burns held his own the way he did in that fight, you know, you have to give more respect to Burns. You do. But, you know, listen, saying I think they got that decision right. I don't think Burns won that fight, but that was a war. Thank you, Chrome. Appreciate that. I'm still trying to recover from Coolio's donation. He's okay. He's fighting. Why not talk shit? Trying to be an angel and shit. Like, shut the fuck up. Who are we referring to? Khamzat is screwed now. He can't make welterweight and should avoid middleweight. So you think he's in limbo? You think he's in Darren Till land? Do you think that's why? He made another Adolf account. he made another Adolf Ryan account. Oh, God. See? Anyway, what do we think about Bilal Muhammad? I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Do you like Bilal? Just straight up, do you like Bilal Muhammad? That's it. Do you... I'm curious what you guys think about the guy. Like I said, he's probably not a bad dude, Bilal. He's probably not a bad dude. It's just something about him. It's just, I don't know. He's tough to root for. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I really can't put my finger on it. I don't find him very funny. You know, I feel like he's forcing his humor and it just doesn't kind of land.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Uncle Chrome.
Who in the chat would have been easily enticed by Dharma to go into his apartment? I would have went in and used the shitter to add to the smell.
Yeah, right? The smell. They keep on talking. Like I'm thinking about it. If there's a bunch of dead bodies in... Listen, this is not spoilers. I mean, he fucking had rotting bodies in his apartment. I mean, everyone knows this. But, like, you would think that smell... Like, they're acting like you just opened the door and then the smell hits. No. I've delivered to people that are just cooking curry, for God's sakes, or whatever, or garlic, or fucking, I don't know, anything. Cabbage. You know, things that smell like trash. They don't taste necessarily bad, but they smell horrific. You could smell it through the walls. Like, you could smell it through the door. So you mean to tell me the only way you could smell the dead bodies is if you open the door? Like, you can't smell it in the hallway? Like the cops are like, hey, open up the door, Dahmer. We need to know what's going on in there. We have a gay guy out here saying you're going to kill him. And then the door opens. Whoa, what's that smell? Like, what the fuck? You don't smell it in the hallway? Like, I'm watching this. I'm like, how are you not smelling this? Like, you should be able to smell it down the fucking hallway. The dead people. That's my one bone to pick with this. Apparently, they just don't smell anything. And that door has, like, it just has smell, dead body proof smell. Anyway. Dahmer. Check it out. We got to finish it up. It's quite the show. And Coolio's dead. All right, looking at the poll. Let's see what we got here. By the way, if you're coming to the stream for Damon Jackson, 22-4-1 fighter. He was on earlier. He was out to dinner with his wife and did the interview. So go run it back when the stream is done. And let me know what you think about Damon Jackson. I think everyone's a fan now. I think we're all immediately a fan of the guy. The guy's great. Do you like Bilal Muhammad? And 63% so far are saying no, but there's only 41 votes out of 150 people, so get your votes in. We'll see how this plays out. Imagine Bilal Muhammad just casually just comes across the stream. You know, nothing is being... Make sure you tweet this out to him, so when he just hops in a live chat, he's like, oh, wow, everyone hates me. The gayness of the movie was more offensive to me than the cannibalism, I think you're trying to say. Well, it was a series of gayness. I mean, he was gay. Like, I mean, I don't know what you like. Oh no, he was gay. I love the fact that the grandmother. It's not spoiling anything what we're saying. So don't worry, you could watch it, and everything that we're saying is not going to spoil the show for you. But the grandmother's just kind of. You need to find God. But I'm just different. You need to find... You like men and you need to find Jesus. Because Jesus just sucks the gay out of you. I always laugh at the fucking religious people that are so anti-gay. Like, they're just like... You need to find fucking God. I need to pass. Yeah, listen, if you can't stomach gay people, then don't watch it. But if you want to see gay people die, watch it, because you will see plenty of them die. I mean, you would think it would cater to both audiences.
I think Dahmer was a nicer person than John Wayne Gacy, but that's just me.
So here's the thing, Uncle Chrome. We're going down this Dahmer path, and this is an MMA show, but I find this show in fucking like riveting, which I don't want to because I wanted to stop watching it. I feel the problem with this show is it glorifies Dahmer. Like, it kind of gives him an excuse. Me and Jesse were talking about this before, and she agrees. Like, it does. It's almost saying, hey, he killed a lot of people and ate them, but this is why. Like, it's like making an excuse. And I understand they're trying to get, to the bottom and try to say this is why he did those things. But excuses for fucking eating gay people. like storing their heads in the refrigerator. I mean, it did seem a little weird. Like, I feel like if you're a serial killer in the making, you'd be like, well, they'll make a movie about me and they'll explain why I did it. Gacy had like 30 bodies in his home and he was a clown. All right, let's move on. Are you willing to interview a Bellator fighter for his first fight? Bo Samanago? Bo Samanago. Is that like one of those play on words where it's like Bo Samanago? It does sound like a name that's like like Michael Bisping pronounces it, and got him. Oh, Samaniego. You spelled it wrong. Bo Samaniego. 4-1-0. Yeah, send us his info. I'll interview up and comers too, sure. Actually, we've been on a roll where just like UFC fighters are coming on the show. But, listen, I don't give a fuck. I'll have him on. You looked him up before when he was fighting in Chicago. I did look him up. I don't remember, man. But yeah, I'll just slide into the DMs, man. Slide into the DMs and we'll have him on. For sure. Why not? I don't care if it's right before they got... What's up with this dude? He is 26 years old, 4-1. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. All right, we got Jessie in the stream. She heard us talking about Dahmer, and she's like, I must get involved in this. I must get involved immediately. I don't know if you heard any of the interview with Damon, but great guy. Another great guy. He was out to dinner with his wife. Like, he was talking to me while he was out to dinner with his wife.
Him on his dinner.
And I put his wife on the spot, and I asked her what did she like most about him? Mm-hmm. And then conveniently, it started buffering. So he didn't quite hear. But anyway. So a couple things. Let me ask you this, Jess. Do you like Bilal Muhammad?
No. Well, I don't want to think like people are going to start thinking I don't like anybody. But
you don't, Jess. Just deal with your hate.
I like Bilal Muhammad, but I'm not like can't wait for that Bilal Muhammad fight,
You like that with a lot of fighters.
As a man, how could you let another man do this to you? Too many twinks in this world, I'm telling you. Hit the gym so your booty hole won't get taken.
It was fascinating, though. All these gay guys just getting taken out. It was crazy. It was
Dahmer?
It was almost like he was put on this earth to terminate all the gays. I
don't know why everyone acts so surprised about it. Everybody knows Dahmer was gay. Like,
well, people.
That was like the
all right,
whole
what do you think about the people that won't watch it because he's gay? What do you think about that?
I mean, that's on you. Everybody knows. Like, it's not like they threw that in there for political correctness. Dahmer was gay.
Yeah.
So, like, they're just telling a story. Here's the thing. If Dahmer wasn't gay and then they did this whole thing, then it would be like what the fuck are we doing here? Because of all, like, the wokeness and stuff. But he was gay, so I don't know what the fucking shock is.
Maybe just like the way gay men taste. Like, maybe you like to eat them. Maybe it wasn't that he was a homosexual. Maybe he just enjoyed. Maybe gay people taste sweeter than straight people. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Can we move on? Uncle Chrome, get us out of here. All right. So I was talking about Khamzat Chimaev. He's calling out Colby Covington. Then it looks like he retracted it. So that's done. But anything to add to Khamzat and Colby Covington? Or, I mean, I really don't have much to say. It's
Khamzat
silly.
Colby?
Yeah. That's what he called out, but then,
Oh, okay, so it wasn't, nothing was like announced. He was just calling him out? Oh, okay, so I don't give a shit then. Because call outs mean nothing. Unless,
It's a little silly.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Bo Nickal. So Bo Nickal wins his. Oh, you didn't see Bo's fight, but I mean, there's really not much to say.
It's not just that he's gay, it's the way they tell the story. They're following a narrative where these young kids are confused about their gender and they want to be cats. Well, no.
What?
So the whole point, I don't know how many of you guys, like, I don't want to, like, dive too deep into this because it's the Wednesday show. It's not Fuck Off Friday, so I can't, like, spend too much time on it, but I'm just going to tell you where I'm coming from on it. The whole point of, like, how they put it together and stuff, like, I totally get what you're saying, but it's very clear, like, the writers and even, like, the producers of the show and stuff, they wanted you to feel uncomfortable. They purposely put these scenes together, not to, like, emphasize on the fact that these people were gay or to emphasize on, like, you know, they literally, it's a serial killer show, so they want to make their audience as uncomfortable as possible. And in order to do that, what better way than to capitalize on something that is forbidden in a lot of people's minds, which is homosexuality. You know, like, that's just, I don't know, like, I don't know if you really got that, but, like, that's what it was. They weren't glorifying homosexuality or anything like that.
Yeah.
They just wanted you to be as uncomfortable as possible.
I tell you what, you watch this show, you don't want to be gay anymore. I can tell you that much. Like, I would be so scared to be gay.
It could happen if you're gay or straight. It doesn't matter.
I tell you what, this would turn me straight. I would watch this show and be like, yeah, I like women now. I used to suck dick, not anymore.
Ted Bundy loved women, and he still killed a bunch of them. It doesn't matter if you're gay or straight.
There was no Ted Bundy show done like this. I can tell you that much. This fucking. All right, we move on. Dahmer makes me. We were eating while we were watching the Dahmer thing, and I almost threw up. I almost vomited.
Lost his appetite.
But I still kept eating. You know what I'm saying? Moving before sober leaves. It is disturbing. All right, so we'll move on from Colby Covington and Khamzat. We moved to Bo Nickal. Let's go to his IG. Maybe he posted so you can see kind of what he did. It's pretty quick. Don't blink. So Bo Nickal just runs over his opponent once again. Oh, he didn't post anything about it. Let's see. Actually, let's see. MMA Island, maybe? MMA Island's usually been pretty good. Pretty reliable. Let's see. Do they show any of his fight? I want to get the clip of the win. Uncle Chrome.
My grandpa was flabbergasted that one of the most famous serial killers was a sissy boy.
Not my serial killer. He was gay. Oh my God. I must move on to the next serial killer.
Everyone's focusing on the fact that he's gay. Maybe I'm the only one who's focusing on this, but anyone ever noticed that, like, all these serial killers came out of these weird, like, podunk towns?
Yeah, they all got the accent.
Everyone's focusing on the sexuality, but nobody's focusing on, like, what they all have in common.
They all got the same accent.
They literally all come out of some weird-ass fucking podunk town where, like they were, like, meaningless in that town, and it was so small, and everybody knew like, nobody's noticing that. Like, everyone's focusing on the sexuality. It's so bizarre.
If there's a potential opportunity to tip a cow, chances are there's a serial killer just growing somewhere in your neighbor's backyard or something. I don't know.
So weird.
That's the one thing about New York. They just I don't know. They kill. I don't know. They kill in different ways, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I could go on. Maybe
it's all
I
white
should
people
just do
too.
a second channel show about Dahmer.
We need a strong black serial killer. Like,
we should go live on the second channel and just talk about Dahmer.
All right, let's move on.
Because I could go on and on about Dahmer if you guys want. Like, I'm there.
Yeah, we should start a serial killer channel.
No, like a movie channel or like review. Like, I could talk about Dahmer all night, but I know this is not the show for us. So I'm saying we should go live on the second channel.
You have a rare opportunity to speak about MMA because you're never on the show anymore, and you just start talking about Dahmer. I think
actually you brought Dahmer
I
up.
know. Well, it's Chrome. It's all Chrome's fault.
Yeah.
It's the half black and Chrome. I blame that. Thank you, Dion Green, for the subscribe. Appreciate that.
Wonderful.
Appreciate that. Okay, so Bo Nickal called out Khamzat Chimaev. I wanted to see if there was a clip of Bo winning. Anyway, listen, he ran through his opponent once again. A stronger opponent, for sure. And Bo Nickal now gets the UFC contract. He says he wants to fight one more time before the year is up. You haven't seen him, so we can't really ask you much about Bo, but we could ask the chat. What do you think about Bo Nickal? Is this guy gonna be a champion? Like, let's just fucking jump. Let's speed right to the top.
I have to be honest.
Yeah.
When you were saying Bo Nickal during the Contender Series, I was not watching it.
Yeah.
I legit thought he was the BBC. I thought he had a BBC.
But this is his second fight. the contender series.
I
You thought he
haven't
was black
seen-
the whole time?
Yeah. I haven't
Or do you
seen
think
Bo
you think he's a white guy with a big black cock?
That too.
You think he was the British Broadcasting Channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
For real though.
You thought he was black?
I didn't know that Bo Nickal was white.
All
I
right.
didn't know.
So what does that have to do with
Just bringing it
just
up.
the name? So you're saying the name Bo
name
Nickal
is
sounds like an
like-
African American name?
No, it's like no, not a name, like a nickname.
What do you
I
think
know.
is his nickname?
hmm
No, I think it's his actual name, Bo Nickal.
This is a shocking moment for me. I didn't expect this.
What do I do with? I could make so many racist jokes right now.
Go for it.
Are you leading me into a racist joke? Is that where
I'm
you're
not
leading?
leading you
Because I
anywhere.
feel like this is like you're setting me up to hang.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not leading you anywhere. I'm just. I'm doing
Yeah,
what
see,
you
Chrome
want.
knows what I'm saying. I'm like, are you saying his last name is the N-word? Is that what you're saying here? It's
No.
like Bo
What?
N-word? Is that where you're
No.
going? Okay.
Anyways.
Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Like, what is Jessie doing over here? Like, is she setting me up? She's setting a trap where I'm going to walk into it? Bo Nickal. So he's not black, Jess. He's white. So does that mean he's not going to be a champion now because he's white?
Yeah.
Well, you're Izzy.
God damn it.
Your Izzy, I think it would be problematic with a guy like Bo, but Bo has limited MMA experience, and Izzy has been in the game for a minute. He's defended the belt. You know, he knows how to win fights. He could stop a takedown, but Bo's aggressive grappling style, and he showed off a little jiu-jitsu as well. I mean, the guy is a dominating wrestler. He could pop you with his hands, and which he did in this fight. I think he's a problem. And saying he's a champion might be a little premature, but I understand why people are jumping on champ train. I get it. I mean, it's a very good chance that this guy is just going to march right through 185. They said they're going to take their time with Bo. That's what they say. But I don't think so. I have a feeling, couple of fights in, we're going to move him up like Khamzat. I really, truly believe this. So what do you think in the chat?
I heard Bo has a 9-incher, says Wild Perry.
So he is BBC?
Bo Mama says Zoman Zombie. Duke Chronic says he was prepping since 8.
It's crazy a story.
He is on my young recruiting list, says Silverback Orangutan. Matt W says Bo Nickal versus Brian Battle first, then do Nickal versus Petrosky since Battle beat Petrosky. You get it? I get it. Vietnamese Style says Bo Jackson is the only famous guy named Bo. Press Play says Bo is racist if he wants to win. Bitches just like the chocolate. Don't we all? LOL, says Kenny. Oh, Kenny. Oh, Kenny, your insecurities are showing. Lance says Bo gets demolished by top 15. Wildberry says Battle moved to WW. Wonderful, wonderful. Welterweight, is that what you're trying to say? Judge Tide Maris. Let's see. No would destroy Jeffrey Dahmer. Who would destroy Jeffrey Dahmer? Bo Nichols? There's levels to this, says Bombastic Entertainment. What up, D-Man Diaz? Says Big Dog. Bo knows UFC. Come shot Bico, B-Y-Co. Izzy danced before the Bobby KO. Remember that? Did he dance before the Whitaker fight? I think he... Oh, maybe... Yeah, he did. Was that the Whitaker fight that he danced? I can't remember.
I was just taking a piss, Jesse, and I was thinking, should we change the welterweight division to the Wonderful, Wonderful division, right?
Right? That's what I just said. I read WW. I said Wonderful, Wonderful.
So we have, lightweight, middleweight,
And the
wonderful,
wonderful division. Wonderful.
All right, from now on, the welterweight division, if you are an MMA hole, or a new MMA hole, old MMA hole, I don't know how long you've been with the community, but from this point on, the welterweight division is now the wonderful, wonderful division, okay?
Wonderful.
Okay, that's it. It's changed. It's changed here. We will only address it. Leon Edwards is the champion of the wonderful, wonderful division, okay? Okay? I need you guys to stick with this. This is very important in the chat. I need you to raise your hands in the chat and pledge your allegiance to the MMA holes right now that we are officially changing the welterweight division to the wonderful, wonderful division, okay?
Wonderful.
All right. Okay? That's how I know you're part of the crew.
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
No matter what chat room you're in, no matter where you are, you must address it as the wonderful, wonderful division, okay? All right. Now that we've taken care of that, very important. Very, very important. All righty. So, yeah, Bo Nickal. All right, so here's a question. We asked people this, Khamzat Chimaev versus Bo Nickal, and I loved how Bo called him out over there. Who would win this fight? We put a poll in the night of the Contender Series, and it was almost like 50-50. It was back and forth the entirety of the poll. But is anyone, like, now that we're a day in, and, does anyone think that I don't know. I think Khamzat still gets the job done. Is it something you're excited about? Like, what is the dream fight? Do you want to see Bo fight for that belt against Izzy, or would you like to see him fight another wrestler? Like, what are you looking for with Bo Nickal? So before we move on from the Bo Nickal situation, and some people are probably like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Not everyone watches the Contender Series, you know? But let me know what you look for. And I see Uncle Chrome saying Bo is undersized. Look at that.
Super chat.
Jason Osada.
Do they taste like rainbows?
You got to ask Dahmer. I don't know. Do you think gay people taste like rainbows?
Yes. Yes, I do.
A rainbow cookie. If a gay person tasted like a rainbow cookie, I would eat one. I would 100% eat a gay man. Wouldn't you? If they taste like a rainbow cookie, if I have a rainbow cookie, they're delicious. I would eat the shit out of a gay person.
Khamzat versus any middleweight. That's not GM3. 2 fight took less than 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Would it be uncalled for if the next time I see your brother,
why do you have to bring my brother into this?
But what if I bite him? Like, what if I just to get a taste? No? And I say, listen, I was watching Dahmer. Just wanted to know. No? Okay. I'm going to bite him. During the holidays, I'm going to bite him. If you're watching,
It's really
I'm going to...
not appropriate.
What? I'm going to bite him?
You don't need to bring my brother. Every time like something gay comes up, you just think of my brother.
He's the closest gay guy I know. So if I'm going to bite someone...
He's the only gay guy you know.
It's true. No,
so
that's... Well, hold on.
Maybe learn about new gay guys.
I might know. Well, all right. Any other gay people in the chat that would let me bite them, let me know. For God's sakes. I mean, let me bite the guy. He'll let me bite him. You don't think you'll let me bite him? Come on. Come on, Jesse. Loosen up. Loosen up, kid. Oh, boy. Yeah, see, that one girl says he's hot. He's a good-looking guy. They know what he looks like. Well, let me take a nice bite of that guy. All right, anyway. Sorry. Sheesh. Do you think D-Rest is eating anybody?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, here we go.
Dahmer chopped BBC was bigger than a lot of people in the chat with full circulation.
Dahmer chopped BBC was bigger than a lot of people in the chat with full circulation. Thank you. And that is actually from Dahmer chopped BBC. What a donation. Wow. Holy smokes. What a fucking donation. Donations have been something else tonight. All righty. Do you think Colby is going to accept Khamzat's call out? Nah. Right? This is silly. Even Khamzat pulled it back. It's not even on his Twitter anymore. So the whole welterweight. I wish Khamzat could make welterweight. I would love to see him be a weight bully and take the belt. But that's not going to happen. So who you want to see him fight at middleweight? What do you think? We'll segue into that. Paulo Costa? Hey, let's look at the rankings. Is there anyone that throws... I mean, you don't give him a title shot. Especially after you miss weight by 10 pounds. Is there anyone you're thinking of, Jess?
Nope.
Okay, let's see. Let's see.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Mawson said that you can bite her as long as you make it hurt. Embarrassed smiley face.
Thank you, Mike H. Appreciate that. Thank you. Very nice of you. All right, we're looking at middleweight over here. Robert Whittaker, Jared Cannonier, Marvin Vittori, Alex Pereira, Derek Brunson, Paulo Costa, Sean Strickland, Jack Hermanson, Darren Till, Andre Muniz. Now, Darren Till, of course, is not on the table. You know what? They should fight. You know what? I'm going to say it. Put the bromance in there together. Makes a lot of sense. Put them together. Make them pay for their sins. Make Darren Till pay for ruining our Khamzat Chimaev. Ever since Darren Till has been with Khamzat, he almost lost to Gilbert Burns. He misses weight by a landslide. The Darren Till effect has completely destroyed our Khamzat. So I say put them both in the cage together to pay for their sins. What do you think, Jess?
Yeah, I agree.
You agree?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was easy. So you're saying Darren Till versus Khamzat Chimaev. Make it happen.
Yes.
Okay. Jess is on board. What do you think, chat? I see PC Strickland in there has a suggestion.
PC Strickland says, Sean Strickland, I will never lose a fight again. Don't quote me on that.
Whoa. Okay.
Chuck Sakura, just to get George's money, that little scumbag, says Brett Baratheon. Tony says Darren Till's processing speed seems to be dwindling, incredibly predictable. Easy win for Khamzat, says Deadly Savage. A1 says, I hate Bilal. Kurt Montgomery says, Till can't even make it to the cage, bruh.
Well, he's going to have to make it for this fight because the MMA-Holes declare him. We put his neck on the line against Khamzat Chimaev. That is the only fight to make it middleweight here. Not the Paulo Costa situation. Darren Till.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's a shame Dama got caught because of a black guy. Then he got beat to death by a black guy. Dama should have known. Never go after the blacks.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Uncle Chrome. Appreciate that. Very nice. We're trying to move on. But Chrome insists to keep on going.
Taking him.
With Jeffrey Dahmer. What else you got in this chat?
No joke, I believe Bo beats Till right now, says A1. Till lost his confidence after he got knocked the fuck out by Masvidal, says Kenny.
You know what? Let me throw it out there. I mean, I agree. I think Bo Nickal beats Till. I understand he has limited experience. Bo Nickal beats Darren Till. Yes, 100%. Not even a question. I mean, does anyone disagree? Does anyone think that Darren Till beats Bo Nickal? Bo Nickal drags him down and just rapes him to a victory. I mean, yeah, I 100% agree. I think Darren Till was one of the most overrated fighters out there. I really do. I mean, credit to what he did with Robert Whittaker. Didn't win the fight. But, you know, he had his moments, Darren. And at welterweight, he was running over the smaller guys over there, doing his thing. But got humbled by Woodley, moved up, and it really never worked out. What do you think? Bo Nickal, Darren Till. Are we being a little premature with the Bo train? What do you think, Jess? I mean, you didn't see Bo, so I guess. But, you know, judging by what we're saying about Bo Nickal, the unicorn that is Bo Nickal.
Darren Till pre-Woodley maybe stood a chance, but now, says Frumptious Snowman. Duke Chronic says Robert ruined him. Uncle Mike says, at Sean Hart with a thumbs up. Aunt Ann says, Till can't fight for shit. He sucks. Bo would kill him. Stack says, Bo Nickal ragdolls Till. Raul says, AM teeth sensitive. Till left a mean scar on Whittaker's head, says Sean Hart. Ride Santa Cruz says, doesn't Till have kids? He doesn't see.
Yeah, he does. Well, I mean, I don't know. He's around his daughter.
He has a daughter. He doesn't have kids. He has one kid. Okay. Bo reminds me of Aaron Pico. The hype will end soon, says Uncle Chrome. Lance says, Dahmer in the UFC featherweight division. What do you think?
How would he fare up? He looks like a solid, strong guy. Dahmer, I don't know. I think he'd do well. Start gnawing on his opponents.
Anybody notice the physical decline in his body after the Kelvin fight, says Tony.
I mean, this is peak male shape right here. You know? That's a real man. That's what a real man looks like. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a real man right there, Darren Till. All right, let's move on. Let's move on over here. Is there anything else? I mean, Bo Nickal's the big thing. We debunked the Zuckerberg situation. Trying to think if there's any other news that I want to get to that I didn't discuss. Is there anything else? I'm going to look over here. Let me check. Let me check to see if there's anything I missed. I mean, it's kind of slow. We got to talk about during the fight week. I mean, I don't know. Let me see if there's a bet that I want to lock in on this weekend's card. Let's see. Olenek versus Latifi. What are the odds on that puppy old man fight? Olenek is a plus 145. Latifi coming off the win against Tanner Boser, a split decision. Oof. Do we go for the 45-year-old at a plus 145 getting some points? What do you think? Both guys coming off a win. He submitted Vandera. I mean, Latifi's like a little bulldog. I think Olenek could beat him. I don't know. Not impossible, although Latifi could knock Olenek's head off. That's not impossible, but is it worth the under bet? Plus 145 on old Olenek, old Alexei. What do you think, Jess? Would you bet on this fight, or you just steer clear?
Sure, I'd bet on it.
You would bet on who? Olenek or Latifi?
Olenek.
Did you know Coolio died?
I don't even know who Coolio is.
I knew it. I said it before, too. I said there's probably some people in this chat that does not know who Coolio is.
No clue.
You really don't know who Coolio is? Minute after minute, power after power. Up the line, living in the gangster's paradise. Living in the gangster's paradise.
Yeah, I've heard it.
You heard that song?
Mm-hmm.
That's Coolio. Well, he didn't sing that part. He rapped. He was the rapper in that song. He's dead. Let me show you a picture of Coolio. You think that was his birth name? Here's young Coolio.
Yeah, if you were to show me that face, I would think he was some fucking homeless person off the street.
Aw, super chat.
He looks like someone Dahmer would like to murder.
I'm 51 tomorrow.
Oh,
ugh.
Congratulations, silverback orangutan. Congrats. Wow, 51. You made it, baby. You made it.
That's an accomplishment, man.
Happy birthday. And here's Coolio before he died. Jeez. Yeah, at least he didn't give up on the hair. Coolio. That definitely...
That's not him.
That's him.
No, the older guy. That's not him.
That is him.
No, it's not.
He's 50, what, 9? They said? What was he? 50... Oh, yeah, 59 he died.
No.
That's him.
That's not him.
That's what I'm going to look like at 59.
Aw,
Here he is again.
super chat.
Here he is making duck face.
Yan is the best under on this card.
Jan is the best under on this card. Very interesting. Hey, let's check it out. Let's see what the numbers are. Thank you, Nikki. Appreciate it. All right. So, Jan. See, oh, man. I don't know. You think, wait, no. She's not beating Mackenzie. What? Lost to Rodriguez. Lost to Esparza. Nah. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess if she can keep it on the feet. Nah. I think Mackenzie submits her. I think. I mean, she hasn't been submitted, so maybe. Really? Wow. I feel like that's ballsy. Hold on, let me get closer here. Sorry. I mean, zoom out. I wouldn't do that. I think Mackenzie's gonna win this thing. Wow, you think? Well, plus 190, you're getting some plus money. I think Mackenzie all day. Holy shit. What do you guys think? Is he onto something there? So, Nick Peretti saying Jan is the best under on the card.
Thank you.
Uncle Chrome's been a member for 29 months. Wow. Damn. What do you think about this? Who's going to win this fight? Jan or
Dern. I
Dern?
always pick Dern. Every Dern fight, I always pick Dern.
Okay. All right, chat. What do you got? I don't know, man. I understand, like Duke says, you never know. Nah. I think Dern is just going to murk her on the ground. I really do. And then she's going to get on the mic and be like, Portuguese. You know, Jess?
Mm-hmm.
That's my Mackenzie Dern. Jan doesn't finish anyone. Her ground game is pure ass. Never know. Mackenzie is so fine, says Deadly Savage. All right, chat. What do we got? Who's going to win that fight? Dern or Jan?
I've been a member since birth, says Uncle Chrome. Sean Hart says I got to go with Dern here, maybe a submission. Snow Chicken says, hell yeah, JBM, Dern all day long. Yeah, I don't know. Every fight, I don't know. Like, even if the competition seems like legit competition for her, I still pick Dern because she hasn't really disappointed yet, so I don't see any reason to pick against her.
You know, I'm going to put out there. Now, listen. Of course, I got to go with Rude Boy. I got to go with Randy Brown. Okay? That's our boy over here. I like Randy. Came on the show. You come on the show. I'm an instant fan. Been a fan of this guy for a little while. But doing Trinaldo at a plus 250, that is. I know Trinaldo's 44 years of age. I get it. He's a smaller guy. But Trinaldo is a savage. He is an animal. He's still a fucking animal. And doing him at a plus 250 is so damn tempting to jump on. I'm going to pick Brown. I'm very biased, but I think that's incredibly insane how wide that gap is over there. So I think as an underdog that has some value, I think Trinaldo's a guy that gives you some value on this card. I really do. I'm going to pick Randy Brown. I'm biased as all hell, but seriously, take a look at that. A plus 250. I mean, that might be too. enticing. Trinaldo has hooked me up so many times with wins. I've picked Trinaldo so many times because even though he's old, the guy's a fucking animal. And he knows how to win a decision. The dude knows how to go to war and win a decision. Randy Brown is on a 3-fight win streak. The Chaos Williams was close. It's a close fight. Jared Gordon got a unanimous and then submitted. Alex Oliveira lost to Vicente Luque, got the knockout. But when he came on the show, he said he would love to have that fight back. Thinks he could win that one again. And then submission over Warley Alves. So he does have tools, Randy. I think Randy's going to win, but boy, oh boy, it's kind of tempting to jump on a plus 250. What do you think in the chat?
Why did Zuckerberg buy out the arena? He didn't. Lucio says, we ate off Ryan free today, boys. Enjoy it. Take in every moment. Life is short.
It's true.
Trinaldo is tough, like petrified bark, says Ice Viking. Vietnamese style says, more old Coolio. Press play says, my dumps are massive. That's nice to know. Almeida is fighting again, says Durf's presence. He's fighting again? Let me see here. Hold on one second. Duconic says LOL. Moss, I want one dose. She have a sister. Moss, I want one dose. She have one. Moss, I want one. Oh, I think you meant to say does.
Yeah. So Raul's a little. So I've learned this with Raul. He's a very.
I told you about Raul like 3 months ago, Moss.
He's a very loyal MMA hole.
But he doesn't like JBM.
He doesn't like either of us.
No,
I don't think
he's a big anti-JBM guy.
I don't think you've been reading this man's. You haven't been reading.
Oh, I've been reading.
No, I'm talking about after the stream.
Oh, I haven't read any.
I think you've been missing my man Raul. I think Raul likes the sauce. You know, I think he enjoys a nice drink.
Cheers, Raul.
That's what I'm going to say. Raul and JB. Oh my God, you.
What? I got a
almost. No, the splash was. I thought it was going to hit the soundboard.
There's nothing in it.
Like I think you and JBM love the alcohol. You like the sauce a little bit. Jessie took off from drinking, and now she's going full-blown ham on the drink.
Actually, I haven't had a drink in a month and a half, and I decided tonight I would just have a glass of wine.
There you go. Yeah, it's been a while. Raul, but yeah, the things that Raul says, like, it just, I'm blaming alcohol because it doesn't even make sense, half the things he says. But thank you for stopping by once again. Appreciate that. Love to Raul. All right, so spoke about that over here. Very enticing, Trinaldo. Let's see. Anyone else stick out? Where's Brendan Allen doing over here with Yoko? It's a really good fight. So Allen bounced back. Malkoon, Sam Alvey, that was brutal. Lost to Chris Curtis, which was kind of wild, man. He did come in, off the bench with that one, but Chris smoked him. Let's see. This is a pick'em. Allen versus Yoko. Makes sense. All right. I think I might go on Olenek. I think I might go with the old man. Old man strength.
Yeah, I'm
for the
going
under.
Olenek.
I think that's one that
Ellie
stands
picked
out.
Olenek too when I did her picks. I'm pretty sure she picked Olenek.
Interesting. All right, chat, here's the deal. We pretty much spoke about every topic. We had Damon Jackson on. We couldn't do like a full hour with the guy because he was at dinner with his wife. So it was a little tricky to keep him on. I felt bad after a while.
Why did he agree to schedule if he was going to be at dinner?
I think they forgot how big our show was. I think sometimes when you book the guest, they're like, oh, wait, hold on. This show is, I love watching. I always love watching the fighters' reactions when they watch the intro. Because they think we're nobodies. And then they watch the interview and they're like, the intro and they're like, and like this look of delight is on their face. Like, it's just like, oh my God, I'm on the greatest MMA show in the world.
Yeah, I do like that. I do notice, like, there is that look. Like, some of the guests get it. Some of the guests, I don't think they really, are channeled in. But most guests get it. Like, they see the guest room and they're kind of like, holy shit. Like, I'm on a legit show right now.
You on the MMA-Holes, you made it. Let's be serious. You made it once you came on this show. You got the greatest community in the world, the greatest host in the world. You just fucking made it. You just fucking made it. But they appreciate the carnage. That's true. But yeah, if you missed Damon's interview, run it back. I think he was very good. We did have some glitches with the reception, but we had his wife on. The whole deal. It was great. We spoke about the topics, but let's throw it to the chat because we got a couple minutes left of show. Let's throw it to you guys. If you have something you want to chat about, if there's something in the news, if there's something that's just on your mind, and you want to talk to the holes, now's the time to get it in there, chat. What do you got on your mind? The poll, 62% do not like Bilal Muhammad. Oh boy, Bilal getting no love.
I don't blame you. I mean, I'm kind of on board. Like, it's not even that you don't like him. It's just you don't get excited for it. Like, nobody talks about Bilal Muhammad like they talk about fucking Khabib or Conor McGregor,
Zero love. I'm just going to
What are
take
you
that
going to
out.
talk about? Oh, did you see Bilal Muhammad did this today? Like, no, nobody's talking about that. Let's relax. Manny C says, what is a realistic theory of why the UFC will not have press?
So, I honestly, I think this is like a marketing trick. I think a lot of people don't give a fuck about Dern versus Jan. The plans go on. By the way, hit the like button. 95 likes is it almost made me puke. When I just looked at the likes, 160 people watch with 95 likes, I literally almost threw up all over my microphone. So if you could hit the like, that would be nice. Dern versus Jan, it doesn't put asses in seats. It doesn't put people on the fight night. You know, people don't get super excited about this. So I feel the UFC does certain things to make people talk. And the whole shtick with Zuckerberg and all that stuff is Dana White comes out and says it's not true, but won't give you the reason why. People are going to want to tune in to say, okay, why is the media not there? Why are they closing the doors? What's the deal? I think that's what it is. That's my theory. Jess, what would your theory be?
I have no clue. Honestly, like, I'm not even tuned into this whole situation, so I don't even have a theory. If I were to be perfectly honest. I mean, I could make up one right now off the top of my head.
Go ahead, make a theory up. Go ahead, start a rumor.
Okay, let me think. Maybe, what, is it buzzing?
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry. It's all right. Don't touch it.
What's my theory? I'm just not, like, tuned in enough to
Just give us something crazy.
have a theory. Okay. Theory. I say, what's your theory, Moss?
I just said it.
Say it again.
I think it's a marketing tool.
A marketing tool.
I think, honestly, Zuckerberg's going to be there. But I think the reason why they're not telling anyone is because they want people to tune in.
Okay.
It's simple.
I got to come up with a better theory than that, because that's an easy theory.
It's simple. I mean, I think that's what it is.
What's a better theory?
All right, let's ask the chat. What do you guys
I'm gonna come up
think?
with a good conspiracy for you guys.
Give Jesse time to think.
Moss, I put pictures of Mark training in MMA Discord.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. Conor McGregor gave him a little high five for it, and everyone was kissing his ass. I did see that. Here, I'll pull it up for you guys. Yeah, there's a whole video that was out. We spoke about it a couple weeks back.
I mean, did you guys know that Zuckerberg was a psychopath? Let's, in all seriousness, like, all theories aside, he actually is a legit lunatic.
Yeah, I mean, did you watch The Social Network? I mean,
no. If you put that movie aside, like, they did a I don't remember what it was for. It was like some like trial, but he's like a legit psychopath.
Did you know that Lizzo started the hurricane?
You didn't even know who Lizzo was.
I did. I saw her on the Grammys or the MTV Awards.
Yeah, that's how you first found out who she was.
I was like, who's that pig in that dress?
Yeah.
Who's that fucking...
But she actually makes pretty decent music.
Well, she started the hurricane, so she... thank you. Look at that. Bet you didn't know that. It's Hurricane Lizzo. Hurricane Lizzo. Here's Zuck training. Yeah, there's a whole video on it. Whole video. All right, we're going to talk about it, guys. Let's get down to it. Let's get to the bottom of this. Why no media? Why are the doors closed? UFC Vegas 61. Let us know, chat.
My 600-pound life celeb edition says, Duke Chronic. Delton says, I don't doubt it. Lil Seal says, maybe because you need crazy cameras to have goggles and watch the fight, so they need the venue.
You think it's a metaverse thing?
Maybe because you need crazy cameras to have goggles and watch the fights.
Yeah, he's talking metaverse. So you think it's a metaverse thing?
Explain
Maybe.
to me.
So think about this. Zuckerberg, why you keep grabbing that? Is it all right?
Pushing it down is right in front of my face.
Oh, okay, no, because you have the headphones in?
No.
Every time you touch it, it's...
All right, so after the stream, just do it right now. I do this every time.
Yeah, what you got to do?
You just got to unplug it.
Okay, what are you doing?
And then, because sometimes tension causes it to... So you just give it a little give. Then you put it right back in.
This is our bootleg equipment. So yeah, maybe it is a meta thing. It could be. It could be a meta thing. Like, the metaverse is garbage, by the way. So far, it's so primitive. It's so early. It's worse than Wii graphics with Zuckerberg. If you don't know what the metaverse is, it's pretty insane. Like, the theory is, in theory, it's interesting. Like, you put these goggles on, you go into this virtual universe. You can basically have, relationships and have jobs and see concerts and see comedy events and just interact with people without having to actually be there with them, right? All virtually. But you look at it, and it's just so primitive right now. It's so early in the stages. So, maybe the UFC is doing something.
If
Metaverse.
I weren't an actual adult, I would probably jump into the metaverse.
If you, so like basically like back in the day when PlayStation had that open world of.
Yeah, it's kind of a knock. I'm basically saying if you didn't have actual responsibilities of a human being, then maybe the metaverse is for you. You know what I mean? Like, if you have children, you don't have time for the metaverse. If you have fucking a normal job, you don't have time for the metaverse. You know what I mean?
Well, like Jason says in the chat, it's true. Like GTA is more metaverse than the actual metaverse. Like you can jump into GTA and it's more realistic.
It's literally just
than we see
removing
that.
you from reality.
Yeah, it's a little weird. We get into it when it really amps up. Right now, it's just too early. But maybe it's possible. I think Zuckerberg's going to be in the building. I think that is a deal. I think Zuckerberg's going to be there. I don't like Dana says he didn't buy it out, rent it out, whatever. So I kind of believe that. But what is the connection with Zuckerberg? Like, what is he doing in there? Is he testing stuff out? And maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's testing shit out. You know?
I think the metaverse just enables people who are mentally ill. That's what I think. I think if you have serious mental illness and social anxiety and all that bullshit, all the metaverse does is enable you. That's what I think. That's my opinion.
I'm all about technology.
I am too. I love technology, and I think that we should grow with technology and be open to what technology has to offer us. However, I also think that technology can really royally screw humankind. So we have to kind of be careful, you know?
Look at Terminator. Right?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Listen, to push away technology, you're naive to do that because look what we're doing right now. Like we're literally doing a live show from our home, you know, with the graphics and the programs that we use and the internet. So you look what your cell phones do. Like you embrace technology, but the metaverse right now, it's just so primitive. There's really not much to do with it right now. So let these knuckleheads do what they fucking got to do.
I haven't even wrapped my head around what the metaverse is, so I can't speak on it.
Yeah, it's a little silly right now. You got to wait, but I'm open. I'll see. It is concerning though to have like relationships with people and not be there. That is very concerning. Now I can understand if you have no legs, if you're a paraplegic. You know, if I was just a torso and a face, and I had no arms. I was just like a fucking buoy. And I couldn't fucking do anything. You slap goggles on me, I have a whole life, great. But if you can move about and do things, if you can touch things and you can actually interact with people, you can talk.
But you can't touch things.
Why?
In the metaverse?
Well, eventually.
You can't touch things.
I hate to break it to you.
You think you're touching things.
Yeah.
But you're not actually touching things.
I got to be honest with you. In no time, you will be able to feel shit in the metaverse.
No, you won't.
Yes, you will.
What the fuck? You think they're going to be wearing gloves and little vibrations going to come on every time you touch something?
100%.
But it's a vibration. You're not touching something.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. That makes all the difference.
The trickery, the
you
magic,
can't feel something's smooth or rough.
Just take LSD.
Or like slimy. Like
you're going to feel it. I'm telling you. You're going to feel it. I'm telling you. It's going to happen. Like you think it's not. You know it will. You're going to wear these dopey gloves. You're going to look like a fucking idiot. You're going to have Mickey Mouse gloves on. You're going to have a dopey Tron headset on. And you're just going to be touching and licking things. And your brain is going to fuck with you. I'm telling you, it's inevitable. It's going to fucking happen.
I can't wait until Fight Buddies is a metaverse event and I can ride Gordo the Dragon.
That would be amazing. I tell you what. Just by doing and thank you, Tropic Tom. Appreciate that. How many people were here for last night's stream? We had Dana White on. We had fucking Dana White on the show. Think about this.
Moss, you missed it entirely.
What?
Nothing.
What, Gordo the Dragon?
No. You'll
Thank
rewind one day, look back at the stream, and see what I said.
Oh, what did you say? Why don't you just say it?
I said you're not going to know if anything's slimy. Never mind. You'll look back and you'll laugh. One day. If I know your sense of humor like I think I do.
I will. You're right. You are 100% right. So this happened last night, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
We had the metaverse on our show.
This, yeah.
Dana White came on the fly. We decided to do a little special effects, you know? Little bit of this.
People know who you are.
Mackenzie Dern and Jianan is fighting this weekend. Is it safe to say, maybe the winner of that gets like a Rose Namajunas?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what you
We'll
should
see how
have
it
done?
plays out. You perform and you do well on this show.
I mean, think about this, though.
You should have snipped his neck, like Joe Biden style.
Listen. Just think about this. I was literally in the middle of doing a show. I was able to superimpose the son of a bitch. I mean, I invited him to the show. But think about that. On the fly, I was able to pull that off, right?
Yes.
Now, think about this. If we could do this now, in 5 years, when we're doing a fight, buddies, like Tom said, you're going to see Tom flying Gordo the Dragon. I mean, Gondo the Dragon.
In
sorry,
the background?
Sorry, Gondo. I mean, people are going to be like, they're going to be
God,
watching.
I would love that. That would be so funny.
But think about this. We're going to be, pay-per-views will be done. Because, I mean, you could watch the pay-per-view and I guess have the goggles on and then, I don't know, get punched by the fighters. I don't fucking know. I guess it kind of would be cool, the metaverse, like you're sitting in the cage while the fight's going on. I guess that's the future. But fight buddies, if you can't pay for this stuff.
Will you be able to feel the fighters or feel the cage if you reach out?
Yeah, you get punched. If there's a cup shot, you get hit in the nuts, the whole thing. But think about this, fight buddies, right? Here we are. We're describing the fights.
Mm-hmm.
But as we're describing the fights, I mean, you're getting the full feel. You got the mask on and everything like that. Anything that we throw on the screen, any audio that we give to the people, the senses are enhanced. You'll never have to watch a fight again. We will give you the perfect.
We would be entertainment in the metaverse.
We would. I'm telling you right now, if we had the opportunity to tap into the metaverse and make our show better, 100% I'd jump on board.
Like a realistic thing, like they would be sitting right in front of us.
We might have a live.
I could reach
think about
out
this.
and touch one of you guys in the penis right now.
Exactly. We would have a live audience. We would do a show like you're live right now, but you're stuck in a cell phone. In the metaverse, when it's finally, done appropriately. Right now, it's not doing it. But down the road, 5-10 years, I don't know, probably more like 10 years.
Right.
They can actually be in the building. Like, we can have an arena of people.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
Fucking
I'm not gonna
going
lie.
crazy.
And like every time someone enters the stream, it shows like their little character walking into the arena. Yeah, that'd be fucking
Sometimes
cool.
we want to bring them on the show. Sometimes you're like, just get on. Yeah, you over there. Come on over, buddy.
I mean, it is the future. I just don't see it. I don't think we're going to see it in our lifetime. Maybe Ellie's lifetime, but not ours.
You will see it in our lifetime.
I don't think we're seeing it in our lifetime.
If I'm able to get Dana on the show like this, right? If I'm able to just drag him in, there's no green screen, there's nothing. I just pulled him on. Now, it's primitive technology going on right now. But if I'm able to get Dana White on our stream like this, just zap him in here, I mean, you got to think in 5 to 10 years, we will have a full metaverse studio.
5 to 10 years is reaching.
I'll be 50-something. I'll be 55 years old.
You give technology too much credit.
I'll be a 55-year-old man, Jesse.
And Ellie will be 10.
And we'll have a full stadium of people watching.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing. I don't know. What do you think? It's probably creepy to a lot, but I mean, I think it's cool. A1 says 30 years, probably. But I'm being optimistic. I'll say 10. 5 is definitely not. You'll see it in 5. I mean, technology's going fast. I feel
You
5.
won't see it in 5 years.
The way I'm looking at it, I think 5 is.
I guarantee you do not see it in 5 years.
Wow, 5 and 4. I like the way you guys think. I like it. I like the optimism. I mean, Elon Musk is talking about putting chips in heads where we're getting rid of fucking cell phones. Think about this.
He's saying that. No, that's not. He's saying that like. What, Moss? What is the fucking
I know.
weird
I
ass
listened
thing you're doing?
to the words coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, he's also saying that he's using that as like, you know how like they say that your brain is in control of what happens to your body.
Yes.
So he's basically saying like if you got cancer or something like that, that this chip would be able to, like, I guess control your body in a way to where like it prevents cancer from it. I don't know like the whole fucking science
Can I
behind
explain
it,
it to
but
you?
like,
Let me explain it.
Sure.
He's building this chip so we can like self-heal, right?
Right.
That's what it's for. That's
like,
what it's for.
Like
but the technology is
neural control.
Yes, it's so advanced that he's legit putting like a cell phone in your head. So with this technology will be upgrades,
right?
Where
but
they're going to be, you're going to be able to. I'm going to talk to you without even moving my mouth.
He also said,
which is
that
fucking
it
crazy.
was a long way in the future. He made it very clear that it was not like a tomorrow thing.
Yes, but here's the thing. That is very far in the future, and I gotta be honest with you, I don't want to do that. I don't want no fucking chip in my
if
head.
it prevents cancer, everyone's gonna get cancer. I would fucking do it.
When I'm diagnosed, put the fucking chip in my head. Okay, fine, right? If the cancer comes, I'll be like, Elon,
everyone's gonna get cancer.
Put the fucking chip in my head. Yes, I'm with you on that, but I'm not gonna do it before the cancer. I'm gonna wait for the cancer and say, okay, now heal me. Regardless of the fact, that is way down the road. Yes. But that's to the point where it's so crazy, right? It's going to take some serious time for them to master something like that.
Right.
A metaverse that we're seeing now is pretty primitive, and we're far away, but you still have a quicker chance of having an arena full of virtual people than a fucking chip in your head where, you have a better chance, a clearer path to the metaverse of a stadium of people.
I think I would rather the chip in my head, to be honest.
Well, I mean, if it's going to keep us alive, sure. Sure. But do you want to live forever? Yes.
It's not so that you can live forever. It's so that you can live the best, healthiest life you can live. You're going to die. Everybody's going to die, even with a fucking chip in your head, The
great Yash says, I'm against it all, and I get it, because the more we evolve as a society with technology, the more we have a chance of destroying ourselves, right? Self-destruction, the 5G towers, all this crazy stuff, right?
That movie, Moonfall, I don't know if you've seen it, Moss, with Halle Berry.
Yeah.
That whole movie was surrounded around AI taking over. Like, we created AI as human beings, and then AI got smart enough to take over everyone else.
Okay, that's a Halle Berry movie, Jesse.
No, but, it's true. Like, if you think about the concept of it, we created artificial intelligence.
I just brought up Terminator.
It's only a matter of time before artificial intelligence creates its own, consciousness and takes over us.
Jesse, where were you 10 minutes ago when I brought up Terminator?
What do you want me to say?
It's the same concept. Did you ever see Terminator? You did, right?
Yeah, I saw 2 Terminators.
John Connor created these robots that destroyed the world, and then you had to go back and forth in time and stop the robots, whatever the fuck they're called, the Terminators, all this shit. I don't fucking know. Anyway, that was the concept years ago. Yes, we have the ability of creating things that will eventually terminate us. That's very possible. And that's scary.
It will happen. It's not possible. It will absolutely happen.
But here's the thing.
Anyone who thinks it won't is out of their fucking mind. You're living in delusion.
Okay, but here's the thing. If we deny technology, we'd not be able to make a living off of a fucking podcast,
Utilize technology while you can until it kills us.
Yes. Roll with it, baby. Roll with it. The 5G towers, put it in my fucking face. Put a 5G tower up my nose. I don't give a fuck. If faster internet, yes. Put it in me. Cars that fly, if I can fucking fly from point A to point B, let's go. Teleport me, let's do it. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down for it all. I'm embracing the technology, our demise. Give me it. Just shove it in my face. Give me the tech. Put the technology right in my fucking head.
That's what they're doing.
But the chip is a little alarming.
Right in your head.
The chip's a little
the
chip's a little much.
Head.
I gotta see.
The technology's right in your head, Mom.
The chip might be a little too far. But we'll see. If I'm on my deathbed and I'm like, and then all of a sudden Elon Musk walks in with a chip and says, if I put this in your fucking brain, you'll be healed. I'll be like, put the fucking thing in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Embrace it. But where does everyone else stand on this? I know when Jesse comes on the show, we get a little off the beaten track.
Why are you blaming me?
Hold on. We ran out of MMA topics, so...
You don't have to blame me, though, Moss. I mean, you delved into this just as much as I did. I mean, I know it's easy for you to blame other people.
I mean...
But that's not what happened.
Well, Jesse, it is. But
I'm
it's okay.
sure that's easy for you to say. That's a cop-out. That's your cop-out way of diving into whatever happened.
Okay. I did say that we ran out of MMA topics, but right over your head with the Terminator.
That didn't go over my head. You said we ran out of topics, but
all right. Come on.
Just
Stop it! Stop it, Jesse!
Right,
Cut
Nada?
it out!
It's not.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
He found a way, didn't he? Typical Chris.
I'll get a can. I'll get the can.
Luciferese or whatever it's called. Devil Stuff says Lucille. Duchronic says tinfoil. Stack says same.
The question is, though, will you embrace this technology or will you hide from the technology? I want to know. Are you in? Are you involved? Are you out? I want to know. Yes or no? Are you in, Jess?
Yes. I mean, I'm going to die anyway, so I might as well die by technology.
So you're going to embrace everything. Metaverse and the whole deal.
Why not?
Okay. All right, let's see what the chat says.
The 100 has a whole show about how intelligence destroyed human. Yeah, I've seen The 100. It's actually really good, but Moss would not be into it. I can tell you that right now. It's a very teeny show. So I know Moss would not
I have
like
low
it.
tolerance for teeny shows.
Dana White said he has 10.4 years to live, according to scientists that can measure your death date within a month.
Maddie, where the fuck have
DNA
you...
and blood
Maddie,
test.
we spoke about this, motherfucker. I expect you to be here for every minute of every show.
Now he's gonna blame you for something,
It's all your fault, Maddie. See, we spoke about that, and Dana White lost a ton of weight, and he's trying to make his life a little bit longer. He's changed his lifestyle, so he apparently is going to live longer than 10 years now. How dare you, Maddie? Tell Manny to come. Tell him to listen to every minute of our show. How dare
Dang
he
it,
bring
Manny,
up?
how dare you get us off the beaten path?
Come on,
you
Manny.
You are to be blamed for everything now.
Pull it together, man.
Moss is never responsible.
How dare you make me repeat myself? Okay, so where are we standing with this technology thing?
Silvata says, have you seen or have you not seen the track marks on his arms? On whose arms?
Yeah, they were pointing at some red marks on Dana's arms.
I'll come back in 20 minutes. Hopefully Moss is still on. JBH is out of control.
She's out of control. I agree. No, he's just joking, Jess. He's joking.
I gotta be honest with you, man.
He's joking. It's a joke.
Shit. I feel like I just have to exist around here
Oh my God, it's a joke,
to do
Jess.
something wrong.
It's just a joke. I promise you.
Oh, is it, Moss?
Yes, they're just kidding.
Is it just a joke? Is that all it is? Do you know jokes are truth made in jest?
Oh my God. Is this the wine? Wait,
Nice.
truth made in jest?
Yeah. No, that's not what I said.
Who is speaking right now? No, what are jokes? Truth made in jest?
Never mind.
What does that mean?
You don't give a shit, so.
Okay, Jess, give it to us. Give it to the
Stop
chat.
with your stupid bullshit. Stop it.
I love that note. All right, chat. Is it good to be back?
No.
Do you miss
I
this?
hate it here. Like, why am I even here? I fucking hate this job. I go get a fucking 9 to 5 behind a desk. I'm cool with that.
Anyone got a wambulance?
You asked. Why would you ask if you didn't want the answer?
All right, here's the question. Do you really hate this job?
Hate it. Can't stand it.
Are you going to quit again?
Gonna quit.
How many people were here for the Jessie quit? Oh my God. Anyone want to be Jess right now? I could
Let me know
superimpose
when
Dana
you're
Wayne.
done so we can move on.
Hold on, let me superimpose. I need to superimpose a new host in the show. Hold on a second. Who am I gonna
Okay.
put in? Who would be a good host?
Coolio.
Okay, Coolio. Okay. I'm gonna bring Coolio on. You asked for it, Jesse. Okay.
Should I leave my chair?
Hold on. No, I can work with this.
Okay.
Okay, so
But
I want
you
to.
need a chair. You need Coolio to sit in a chair, Moms. Here, I'll leave the chair.
Hold on.
You put Coolio in the chair.
Oh
Bye,
my
guys.
God, this picture. Hold on. I'm gonna bring him in now. No, you can bring him.
Chair.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna introduce everyone to my new host, my co-host. His name is Coolio, and he's passed on, but we have brought him back from the dead. This is the 59-year-old Coolio that he's a little short, but hold on a second. Oh, I lost his hair. Well, I gave him a haircut. That wasn't supposed to happen. I wasn't supposed to lose his hair, but oh well, we gave him a little trim. Ladies and gentlemen, Coolio. There he is. Little haircut, a little off the top. It feels wrong. No. Hey, Coolio. Hey, man, sorry about what happened. Sorry. All right. Thank you, Coolio, for stopping by the show. Thank you, Coolio. I can't believe he took his hair off. All right, Jess, you could come back on the show. Thank you, Jess. Again. Thank you. There was Coolio. All right. Nothing else to talk about. Let's get out of here.
All right. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Head Rush, Sheath Underwear, MyBookie.ag, Undisputed Belts, CBDX, and UFC on ESPN+. Promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES for all of your discounts on all of your favorite products. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We will be live again on Friday for Fook Off Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you, Julian Lane, for coming on the show.
Look what Ann said. Look at Ann said.
Sorry you died, but thanks for stopping by. As always, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-hole.